Hello, everybody. It's Leela.
And Bo.
Welcome back to our channel/podcast.
What's up, everybody?
About Queendom Puzzle.
Puzzling.
What happened to those songs? When will we hear them?
That's coming up. We shall discuss it.
This time we are talking about episode 5, the all-arounder competition battle.
Yes.
Thing. And if you like that sort of discussion, if you're into the Queendom Puzzle, please subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, we'll be doing other reality shows too. So
not right now.
Not right now. We're in the midst of changes.
There's
and stuff,
so many going
there's a lot going on.
There's so many shows going on right now. There's like 4.
Yeah, we will not be doing JYP's new show. That's for sure.
There's JYP's American Girl Group show, which I'm aware of.
Hive.
There's the Are You Next show which we thought about, but we just don't have the time right now.
Yeah, it's just
And then there's something else, right?
Oh.
Island is coming.
I thought that was the Hive thing. No.
It's not.
Wow.
Island is separate.
That's right. Holy moly.
And then I think there's one more, if I'm not mistaken. There's just so much going on right now. It's overwhelming.
Yeah,
I can barely keep up with Puzzle.
These reality shows, these elimination shows are over here. We have like Survivor and stuff, and that was our big money maker. They're cheap to make over in Korea, in K-pop
I don't
land.
think it's cheap to make these.
It's comparatively to a show with, so that's what they say. That's why reality is so cheap, is so popular. But this is their, they just pump them out a lot. But so some of these idols, I think they make their career just going from reality show to reality show. But
anyway.
Yeah, so episode 5.
Okay.
Good episode.
I think that's that's all the intro I have.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm really distracted.
Leela's been distracted
I've got too much
life
going
stuff,
on in
a
my
lot
life.
of it. So I'm taking over
it's
as
really hard.
I'll be filling in some of the details she might have missed.
Okay.
I've watched this show probably 3 times now. The episode.
I didn't really even watch it.
Yeah, performances and stuff. It was good. It was a good show. I'm still really enjoying it. Okay, this is an all-arounder battle.
So the first performance we had in this episode, there are 2 teams, the Queendom and then the Puzzle teams, going against each other in pairs.
Jorts.
And this is the Jorts team.
Nana's Jorts.
Performing Crush's Rush Hour. It consists of Nana, Sooyeon, Yoram, Yuki, and Zoa.
What? 6, not 5.
I forgot someone. Who
did
I forget?
Who did we forget? See, on the end, far right.
Yayan, sorry.
She needs no introduction. Everybody knows she was in it.
I told you guys I'm struggling. I told you I'm struggling.
By the way, I was watching a skater podcast, as in skateboarding podcast.
Okay.
And this is last year, and it was really funny, and it's a fun show. And they were watching clips from others. They watched clips from other skateboarders, and a guy showed up, and they were like, well, "Hold on, man, those are some cool jorts." And they were talking about jorts making a comeback and how excited they were for jorts to make a comeback.
Yeah,
I think Nana.
I'm wearing jorts as we speak.
Those are different.
They're jorts.
Those are almost Daisy Dukey kind of style.
These are jorts. Those are jorts.
These below the knee. That's like
those are knee length jorts, but I am also wearing jorts.
92. I don't know. But they look.
Listen,
they look okay.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, good for Nana. But then she has a frilly jacket. It's like K-pop fashion is a trip. Okay, so this one was the drama of this group was that they couldn't decide who was doing what kind of, and also they were trying to skip the harmony part in the middle. A lot of people might know this song from Boys Planet because Jay famously did it. Cam J was awesome.
Is the canon performance of this song?
Yeah.
The canon cover is Cam J, so it's hard to like.
I do feel like Cam J was the same as whenever Younghoon from Kepler did the NCT song.
Yes, now it's her song.
A lot of the
like she owns it now.
Other nothing against the other girl who did it with her, but people often can't remember her as much. It's kind of like Cam J in a way. Jay stole a spot. Jay was incredible. You have to put a little gravel in your voice, a little sexy in your voice, a little oomph, and none of these girls had that. To be fair, and if you watch this in any version, by the way, I've watched a fan cam, I think of Nana. You just the volume on their voices is not there.
The mix was bad.
The mix is horrible. I also I don't want to say it's not a projecty song, but when you have a feminine voice, you have to pretend a little bit. You have to blah, 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 because you're not going to carry.
It should be louder and a little little bit deeper maybe than what you would normally sing to really get the vibe of the song that it has. This is a like really groovy song, and when you sing it like a girl group member, it kind of loses a little bit of its character. So it's a little bit hard in that regard. Like my first time I watched it, I wasn't very impressed. Watching it again, it's like I can see that it's fun and that they did a good job, but yeah, it's just really hard.
The energy level's there. The moves aren't reflecting the energy level, which is amazing because you got the two best dancers. And I mean, they're all good dancers. I know that Zoe is a good dancer, but Yuki does dance covers. Yoram and Nana are doing the moves, but they're not snapping them that hard. But I think the clothes might kind of block the moves a little bit. They're so baggy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we were watching it and I thought, well, they're kind of doing a groovier version, a little bit, but you don't want to, when you're doing a boys cover, you don't want to look like you can't match the energy level maybe, or the dun, 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 like the, and we know Nana can do that and Yoram can do that. Zoe is so pretty, and she's, like you were saying, she kind of seems so aware of that all the time. She's a little bit careful to look anyway else, like she doesn't want to really kind of grunt it up a little bit,
loosen up a little.
And Nana did a little bit at the beginning, but all of them seemed a little bit worried about that. I don't know. The rap part was, I thought the phone call in from Yuki and Yin was really cute and a clever idea. They drove the car in and came out, but I was wondering where were the rest of the girls? Oh, that I should watch their fan cam. In fact, I watched a Nana fan cam. I guess I didn't get to that point. What are they doing while the car's driving up? Are they just standing there like wait? But it was kind of cute, and they got out and rapped, which to me felt very like aughts MTV. They used to do that stuff a lot, like live broadcasts.
And it's like I think they did a good job. If I could have heard them, like they were so quiet, like it was just you couldn't hear it at all.
It reminded me a lot.
Couldn't even understand.
It reminded
anything.
me of Call Me, where it just
there was something.
It was really cool,
in the mix,
but the energy level just it didn't come out of the audio. Nana's voice is really interesting. It's kind of lower, and she does rap and stuff like that, so she has kind of an interesting register. But in a song, this noise, I mean, this is a Motown kind of a soul song. I think James Brown, like, wow.
Yeah. He's literally basically doing an impression of James Brown.
Like, did they not just sit him down and say, look, just imitate this soul?
Like, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the original when you do a cover. Certainly not. But I think there's an element of sort of, like, respecting the color of the original and not like trying to turn it into like a more prissy, delicate song, because it's not.
Well, what are you trying to do?
I don't know.
You're trying to do. You're
For
trying.
Me, it didn't hit.
Well, if you do a sad song, you do a sad rendition, even if it's different. In this one, you're doing a soulful.
Or at least fun,
funky,
loose, fun.
You know,
and you should be having a great time,
right? Which they were. I think they all looked like they were, but they just didn't. Something about it was a little bit off. I don't know what was off or whatever. So I think it was more than likely the audio. The audio was just really, really weird to me. It just there was a part where Yuki's rapping, and Yuki's doing a great job, and it literally
you
can't hear her.
Yeah.
Literally can't hear her. So that was unfortunate. Having said that, are we talking about the winners?
Yeah, that's why they have the crown.
They won. I bet live it was really fun and stuff. And when you're up close, you can probably hear some of the stage volume coming off of it.
And again, like I said last time, I'm getting some of the songs they choose for the covers is stuff you've seen before, and I'm just getting a little bored.
Well, maybe they paid Crush for 2 uses of his song.
Like,
or like we got to use
all
it
the
again.
song choices for the cover rounds are just getting really repetitive and boring. It's stuff I've seen before. I'm not.
I don't need to
into
see any more ITZY anymore. I don't need any more
I'm
Blackpink.
over it. I'm really over that.
Yeah,
the song choices. It's not the girls. It's the song choices.
Yeah, and they all did great. I just think though, for a song with such a known dance move, a dance kind of thing, and such a distinct vocal thing, those were two things they needed to nail. And granted, they did the dance moves, but they really should have owned them or something. I don't know. There's a part where they go clap, clap, clap. And they're just like, they look like they're doing golf claps, kind of like that, and
clap.
Yeah, and granted they're holding their mics, but it's like, don't worry, you can hit the mic, make some sound. Who cares, Yeah. So it was just, it felt like the energy was good, but it just the audio and stuff was kind of garbage. But good for them. I'm glad they won.
The next team was Soyeon, Soojin, Yeonhee, and Jui doing Taeyeon's The Weekend. Taeyeon's Weekend. I love this song. It's such a vibey, chill song.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. I thought their staging was very interesting. They had them like coming down on a swing and like riding a bike, and there were bubbles and flowers, and like it was pretty. There was stuff going on.
I think
again the audio was so bad.
It was so bad.
So weak.
They just Yeonhee's trying to pull this team across the finish line. I think Jui still feels a little bit nervous. Mm-hmm. There is while we were watching the playback, there is an amazing moment with Jui sitting next to Jerry. We were watching it earlier,
where she
was in the green room watching the performance. I can't remember of Time of Our Life, and she's just doing a goofy dance, like a Jui goofy dance, because the camera's on Jerry. Jerry's saying, "Oh, they're so cute" or whatever, but Jui is just getting into it, like, woo, woo. And that's Jui. Like, you can't be afraid of letting that light shine. And I think in this one she was nervous trying to appear pretty but also sing well, because she's not known necessarily for her vocals, I think, and she just seemed a little bit scared. Suyeon? Oh, the newer person is Soyeon. In a way, she actually does sometimes the best and stuff on that level of performance. All the people on that same level of performance, do you know what I'm saying? Like the less skilled people, because she's nervous, she kind of just goes whatever, and so she'll kind of do funny moves and stuff and like seem a little nervous, but it gives her some personality. Weekly's Sujin, it just seems so scared. I don't know what it is.
Timid.
Scared
isn't right, but timid.
And I'm not saying this, but I feel like she almost seems like somebody who's been traumatized by something in some way. She's so scared, and it's really unfortunate because she is a good performer. You can't have been with Weekly and not learn.
She was trying to help lead their team. She came up with ideas.
That's the story of it. Their little drama part was they read the criticisms from everybody, which I think is fine. Somebody put a criticism, put a heart next to it, like, sorry, but I have to say this. You just are stiff as hell. Act a little more, meaning, look like you want to be there. And she did good, but she's just not naturally super bubbly like that. She's not like an Ellie or something. So she just seemed really nervous. Granted, being a swing 12 feet off the floor, who knows if you're scared of heights or not, might have been it. But she just, between her and Jui, they seemed really, really nervous, and it kind of sunk the energy down. It's supposed to be happy, but chill, but happy and bright. Yeah. And ironically, Soyeon, the newest one, kind of sold it the best, and then Yoonhee, of course, is just trying to do everything, because she's trying to get it, she's trying to be happy and wave and doing all the little bits and stuff, and she can't. I wish she could go over to him and throttle him a little bit, but like, just come on. They just seem so scared. It was really unfortunate, because I thought they could have done a bit more of a little storyline would have been cute, like they go on a picnic and like, instead of disjointed parts, they should have been all on the stage together going through something all together. That would have been cute, more powerful, i.e. powerful or something like that. So I understand why Rush Hour won. Both of these first songs were exciting or fun songs, but did not feel exciting or really fun in some ways too. Yeah. I mean, they were good. Don't get me wrong. Yoonhee I absolutely love. She had a task. She was with probably three people, honestly, who I think will end up getting eliminated from the show. Yeah. But I love Yoonhee. I love her. She always looks great too. Whoever does her styling is always fantastic. Yep. Who does her styling? The Mnet people?
I don't know.
Yeah, good job.
And then next up we had the second pair. Yeah, oops, I forgot to put the crown. The second pair doing the vocal songs. We had Kay and Bora. What's the song called?
The Kay and Bora song is called If We Ever Meet Again.
If We Ever Meet Again. Kay and Bora in their element.
Okay, next. We know they can sing.
Flowery fields. Flowers on their dresses. They bloomed. They sang a beautiful ballad.
I thought this was a pregnancy announcement. Well, they did. You know how they like
a wedding.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
They're getting married to each other.
A lot of mustard. They had mustard fall on their dress from eating hot dogs, and it was all about the stain. And you're like, oh.
No, it was beautiful. My takeaway from this was, I mean, we know Bora can do this, and we know Kay can do this, was I want to go see Kay's musicals.
Kay's got a more musical, trained voice.
I want to go see her in a musical.
The reason this pair-up needed to happen, so people could stop with the comparisons and actually compare and see that they actually are different singers with different styles and different abilities. Doesn't mean one is necessarily better than the other. I think Kay is more trained and of course has more experience.
It's not like that.
No.
She's more trained.
No. I'm just saying you can tell there's a bit more of a smoothness to her notes and everything. But Bora is waiting to get those notes out. It's a volcano waiting to happen. That's why some people complain about her high notes being a little pitchy here and there. I understand that because she is exploding. It's like letting the galaxy out of her mouth, and it's like, it's hard to contain. But that's
her character. And
that's
cool.
what I'm saying. That's
what makes it interesting. She can be boring. Would you like her to be boring?
Would you have rather her sound just like Kay?
Boring. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. This is why it was good they happened together.
It was good that they finally got to sing a song together and make friends, and it's not a competition between the two of them. And of course, it was like beautiful and amazing. Like, of course,
it was also important to note. Somebody put on the subreddit, "Oh, what does she seem just like she's trying to oversee Kay?" That kind of drama.
Oh my gosh!
And somebody pointed out, literally in the episode, Kay arranged the parts. Now, granted, they could have rearranged them later, but
I'm very tired, you guys. Like, I did. You couldn't have told me walking into this show that one of the main things that people are discussing, like on the subreddit and stuff, because again, I don't go to Twitter, I don't go to all the extremely toxic places.
Neither do I. Just a subreddit.
Is all this like nitpicking Bora and hating on Bora? Like, what?
Well, people did that with Kay back in Queendom because of how she was. Make it stop. But anyway, who cares about that stuff? The point was that the way that their voices showed differences was great, but more importantly, it showed how two qualified, skilled singers who know their instrument, quote unquote, could go into the studio, sitting down, talking to the producers, and just lay down the harmony. Yep. Real singers have an ear for harmony and stuff. It's just really, really interesting. So, of course, it was beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and say something really controversial.
Okay.
This was not... The next song is probably one of my favorite performances.
They won, though.
Yes. And this type of song, as much as I love Bora, and she sings these songs, is not my favorite type of song. We talked about this last time. So I love this stuff. I will never listen to this stuff unless it's in a movie and I have to. It's beautiful music, or it's in a musical or something like that. I would rather listen to something that sounds a little more modern, like the next song, which we'll talk about. Beautiful job, though. Of course, Queen Bora is always my queen. She's amazing. Kay I would be happy if she was in the group or whatever the prize is, because she is... I think she's been kind of... As much as people talk about her being in a group and being famous and doing pretty well, I think she's actually been underappreciated for a long time, and she's gone to musicals to get those singing gigs and stuff, because K-pop is not rewarding amazing singers like her like they should. So I'm glad to see Kay get some spotlight too.
You know my biggest nitpick with this?
What?
They didn't take off their lapel mics.
Yeah, meaning the little tiny mics.
So they each have a little piece of black, like right on the collar of their white dresses, and it was really distracting.
I'm guessing.
Why didn't they take off their lapels?
I'm guessing because they're recording. Remember, they give comments while they're sitting in the little soapbox.
Yeah, but they should have taken off the lapel.
I agree. Did you
or
not
at least
see that?
If it was off, which I'm sure it's like off at this point, like hide it in the shirt.
Just tuck it down in the boobage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They
that?
both look amazing though. But the flowers were kind of funny, like blooming on them. But I guess
I
guess you could use the girls as a screen. I mean, okay, you're a screen now. But yeah, it was interesting. It was flowers and stuff. It was nice.
It was great. It was great. I loved it. And then next we have the other. What's the song called?
This song is called "Hopeless Romantic."
Hopeless Romantic.
Wait, I think I might have gotten reversed, but I think this is "Hopeless Romantic."
With Phi, Jiwoo, Doa, and Jury, and this was a very different style of vocal song that was like sad, rather than sort of like uplifting. So it was kind of like it's like a sad melody. I think
very sad.
If I need to go like watch the original or look up the lyrics.
It's like a rapper, right?
Yeah, it's like a rapper.
A mumble rap kind of thing, vocal rap, like a face tattoo guy, like he does, kind of vocally singing.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I need to like look up the lyrics because everyone's like crying about how sad the lyrics are. But I didn't see them. So, but yeah.
I mean, you don't really need to know the lyrics when it's just a sad performance. But yeah, I agree though. Yeah, it's probably something like Lost Love or I don't know. It's it's such a great performance. The thing is about this.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. It was really interesting. It was surprising.
This is my preferred performance, and I'm going to say something else. Jury is
She
slowly
slayed.
becoming my favorite idol, and her vocals are starting to become some of my favorite.
They're so
vocals.
good.
She has a honey
She has
voice,
such
like
a
it's such a sultry honey.
She has such character.
And people will not give her credit, and it's not because she's not in high notes and stuff like that. It's because she's not. I don't know. It's not a typical K-pop voice. It's got that lower register, like the other three. Well, I should say Jiwoo and Doa, who both sound amazing, by the way. But they have more similar kind of a little more airy, higher pitched voices. Phi's got that really unique voice that didn't quite get a chance to shine as much as I wanted it to. I wanted to hear it a little bit more clearer. Phi, because she does have such a cool, kind of like a Jury voice, but higher pitched. If that makes sense, like that smooth. Warm kind of tone.
She handled their kind of the high notes and stuff. And
yeah,
like
at the end.
She did that really well.
But this will not, I don't think this performance will get any credit at all because it was against Bora and stuff and everybody was like, well, they lost. Okay, well, that was cute. You did your job. If this was a standalone performance, I just think it was so interesting how they were not facing each other and were walking across and doing that interesting thing. Now, again, it might be a case of the audience couldn't really see some of those tricks as much as they just saw a cameraman walking around them. So maybe that's why it didn't impact as much. And there's a funny thing with Jury. Rocket Punch does their V-Lives, as is with any group. Fans will translate it.
Yeah.
And they were translating the section. She said she was standing up there looking, forlorn and sad. And really immersed, like I'm really sad, and then fans
Before it was gonna start.
Fans are like, Jury fighting, yeah, Jury, you can do it. And she's like, hi, and then goes back to sad, and then on a little break where she's standing there sad, in the song they're like, Jury, you're doing good, and she's like, oh hi, thank you. But she said, if you notice, there's a lot of fog, the smoke on the stage. She had to hit number 3 mark or whatever, and she couldn't see it.
Oh,
and all I could think was, you might not be able to see the edge of that. This stuff scares the hell out of me. Because we were talking about it before, and I said, what's funny about all these staging areas, everything is sharp and metal. Everything there's no soft corners. It's horribly scary. So I'm glad she didn't get hurt. Having said, everything about it was great. Doa got an angel edit as usual. They're really amping her up to be like...
She's so sweet.
To
she
be
was
like
being
the
so
mother.
Sweet to Jiwoo. Because Jiwoo was a little nervous, and Jiwoo's done only rap, basically.
But she's a vocalist, supposedly.
But she's a vocalist normally, and... She did a good job, and she's so cute.
With Jiwoo, you can still tell that she is new. Not she's been training for a while, something like that, but she's still a new idol. She's still finding her voice.
Doa was being a good
But I absolutely love Doa. This team right here is one of those teams that's like, I knew they weren't going to win and stuff like that, but I'm secretly pulling for them over Bora in a way. Not over Bora, but over the obvious winner because it has 4 of my favorite people in it. So, but other than that, Jury was I just love her voice. Maybe the Koreans think her pronunciation's weird. Maybe it throws them off. I don't know. I don't care. But I love everything about Jury. She's doing so much work in these shows. She's trying to be the funny one. She's got to be pretty when she's got to be pretty. She can be goofy when she has to be goofy. She has done everything. The only thing she hasn't done yet is rap. And I guarantee she could rap.
My only tiny nitpick on this is that Jury's hair extensions are not the same color as her hair.
Yeah, her hair is fading.
Like, her color is fading, but she doesn't leave the hair extensions in when she washes her hair, so they're a different shade. It looks intentional, but it bothers me.
Yeah, because the Doa's hair color has held up, but Jury's has been fading. I'm like, Jury, you're not supposed to wash your hair that much, right? When I don't know. Or they redo it.
Well, why don't they?
Well, Phi's hasn't changed. It's been blue the whole time.
Yeah. I think it was maybe intentional, like, look at, like a cool, different two-toned look, but...
I love this. I would have been. I knew this wasn't going to win, but in a way, I think it. I don't know. It was kind of unfair in a way. I don't know. This was such a golden thing for me that will kind of be. It reminded me of was it Girls Planet? Or no, it was 48 when they did the BTS vocal song, remember?
Yeah.
And that really pretty rendition. Now, granted, these
was that Miru or was that someone else?
It was the better singers, I think, in 48. These 4 weren't at that same level, I think, of singability. But it reminded me of that really pretty emotional. It's not supposed to have a soaring high note. It's supposed to just be almost a chanted. And it was a really interesting song, really, really interesting choice. But I love it. So.
It was good.
Yeah.
And the next, we don't actually know the winner of this pair up.
Of course not.
Next up, we had Wannabe with a team with Rina, Sangha, Wooyeon, Jihan, and Ji-won.
Oh, Ji-won was in this group? I couldn't tell because there's somebody with bangs.
When she has bangs, it's like Superman with the glasses.
Yeah. Where's Ji-won?
Who is she?
She'd be like, oh, hey, have you seen Ji-won? And she pulls her bangs back. You're like, oh, hey, Ji-won, what's up?
There she is.
By the way, notice...
It's like she's in disguise.
Notice Jihan's height. All of Weekly must be tall. We were talking about this, right? Jihan is the opposite of the Hollywood actor who in real life is actually 5'2".
Right.
But they put on their thing.
She seems like she's short.
Tom Cruise is
tall.
small, and they always shoot him a certain way, so it seems the same height. She is a massive beast, like she's like 6'7", and the cute thing, she's
like Yuki from Billy. Not Yuki.
Suki
from Billy, where she's so cute, but she's also really tall.
Very tall.
And it's like, you think of cutie pies, you think of like short, but anyway.
Speaking of which, we saw Billy with their first show in United States a few months ago.
Suki is so tall. I was like, wait a minute, she's so tall.
Super cute too.
And I'm really short.
I'm not saying only short or tall people can be cute. They can all be cute. But anyway, it's just a funny. So
anyway,
I'm not.
Itzy's Wannabe. Like again, I'm so.
Why are they dressed like those German people that bring you the beer at Oktoberfest? That's what they look like to me.
It's like, let's make an Itzy song and make it a little bit rock.
Like, I know, I liked what they tried to do. You didn't see the segment, but basically what they did...
It's not them. It's not about them. It's just the song.
No, what they did is they went to the studio and they said, we want to make it a little more rock. Okay. And he said, well, this is a little more funky, this mix or something. So they made it a little more funky. I don't care. They think since you're going to have guitar in it, it's automatically rock or whatever. I thought it was cute that Gian's like, I've learned a little guitar and
that was cool. Good for her.
She's fingering some notes and stuff and doing a little chord.
Hey, she's trying something different.
I'll give her 100% credit. She's trying to change her image a bit, but still be Jihan. I completely applaud that. I think I'd be completely happy if she won. But when you play the guitar and then you're going to break it, they loosened the strings so much so that it would actually break and not. The guitar is ready to break. It's not.
Right.
I don't think she was really playing that part. I think she was pantomiming it, which is fine. She still recorded it.
Right.
And I thought it was really cool. And she's playing a Fender, I think, a Strat or something in her practice room. And I was like, go for it. She's not playing an acoustic like all idols will learn on acoustic. She's going right for the guitar. The electric. So I liked it a lot. Rena, of course, is a complete amazing person. I don't know where G1's at, but anyway. Wooyeon was... I forgot. She was the high note. Had the issues with the high note stuff. She keeps getting kind of missed over a little bit. She needs to do a little bit more... I don't know, act crazy. Get some screen time or something.
All that said, I think they did a good job putting on a show. Like, they kind of, went all around and went and... When Sangha was rapping, she was up by the other contestants, and
good for Sangha.
They put on a good show. It was fun. I'm sure when you're there, and they didn't do a bad job. I'm just really bored.
I don't want to hear another version of Wannabe or it's. I love and Itzy's a great group. That's the reason you want to copy or you want to cover them is because they have really catchy, fun songs like Blackpink. It's you have a lot of interpretation there because they can be simple. The dances are hard as hell for Itzy, but what was cool about Sangha is she went up and kind of in a diss track kind of way. Went up into the little the peanut gallery and was like,
and she scared Ellie. Ellie was like, "What's going on?"
And Ellie, you don't thumbs up your enemy. You go like stinky face. Go, get out of here, you suck. Don't flip her off or anything. But so that was and her rap was really cool. She was getting into it. The vocals again though in the show, the mix is just horrible. She's rapping and really into it and flowing pretty well, but wasn't quite. You could hear her, but it was kind of muddled. So yeah, again, a cool performance. I'm cool with the Wannabe and the Itzy for at least a couple more survival shows. There's a million, and good for Sangha because her group is really small. They're really good, but they've been struggling a bit, and so she's really getting some attention. I think that's great. So good job.
Yeah. And last but not least, we had the team doing Day 6. What's the song called? This. Time of My Life?
Time of My Life.
Miru, Son, Ellie, Chaerin, and Huiso.
So cute.
This is my favorite performance of the entire episode. It's probably one of my favorite of the show thus far. again, I'm not like a Day 6 fan. I've never listened to a Day 6 song on purpose.
They're catchy.
But this song is so good, I need to maybe go listen to it on purpose.
I think it's known...
Because this song is so good.
I think it's known as a graduation kind of song.
It's like one of those end of concert songs.
Oh, it's
and it's like
amazing.
You're having fun. Huiso sounded great in this song. You could actually hear them. Like, their mix was actually decent.
But
Ellie sounded great.
And
Miru sounded great. Chagrin was there.
She had a line or two. She just didn't get a lot of lines. She needs to. She's not getting a lot of attention. It's kind of unfortunate.
But it was. This was my favorite performance of the whole
it's
episode.
important to note that too, because the song is a rock song. So if there's going to be one that overwhelms the vocals, it would be something like this. But it's because it's so simple in a way, in that rock way, where it's just da na na instead of like all these sounds. You can actually. But plus, they're also singers and they're projecting more. Yeah. I think. So from Weekly, again, a massive. She's 7'3". All of Weekly's like supermodels. Like Monday's got to be tall too.
Yeah,
I think they all were tall.
They're all similar height to each other.
Yeah, and Monday is in the audience. By the way, you can see her in the clips,
almost crying.
Yeah, Soen opens up the song with actual singing, and it sets the tone for the song. So you're like, she's perfectly good. Like she got the moment with Kay. She's getting this moment. I'm all over it. I'm just like, she's awesome.
They did great.
Ellie really took the advice they gave ahead of the stage of just
relax,
like keep your legs apart and like do like
that's
I
what
think
she
they
said.
Meant, yeah, I think they
she
meant
said
like,
to the team, she's like,
oh, she said that,
yeah, spread your legs apart and like.
Yeah, she meant like superhero stance.
Yeah,
and she was like doing like a more like a hip hop stance, and like Ellie. What are you doing? But it was so freaking cute.
It was great.
I absolutely love Ellie. She's on my top 3 that I always vote: Bora, Ellie, and Jury, because she came into the show and she came from Girls Planet, where she was so painfully shy.
Not Girls Planet.
I mean, GP. I mean,
Reverse.
Reverse. So many shows. She was so painfully shy. That was her character. But it was so cute. That's why I was like, oh, who is she and stuff like that. But she is obviously just like Miss Charismatic. And her notes, she can actually sing well. She's not singery in that way, but she just has a clear vocal note.
She didn't seem afraid to just belt it out, like just sing.
But it also feels a little bit effortless too. It's not hard.
Just the vibe of this type of song, I think, is one that suits this type of performance and this type of competition really well. It's that sort of what's the emotion? It's like
bittersweet. Yeah,
bittersweet. It's like one of my favorite song emotions. Is that sort of end of concert? Let's have fun, but we're also saying goodbye to each other.
The song "Dancing by Myself" that was in Girls, the show Girls on HBO. Songs like that. They're like sad.
I like
dancing while crying.
I eat that stuff up.
Yeah,
like that is my jam. So I thought this was great.
Well, Sharon, again, she didn't have many lines. She had like 3 lines and didn't do. I just feel bad for her because she's not really, doesn't seem comfortable, but she's still good, great. Don't get me wrong. Miru, somebody posted that, she's getting the most views of this group of all the fan cams of the episode. Yeah. It's got like 50,000. So I watched it and I thought, well, what's going on here? There's some cute little moments, but it's just, she's got that perfect AKB 48
AKB does
party,
this sort of
we're not dancing much, but we're going to make you smile, and we're really cute, and we're all really pretty, and it's like, yay! And she does do a classic little yay leap with the 2 legs, kind of like, watch her fan cam. I see why she's absolutely adorable, but she's also, she's not a kid. She seems a little, and so it really, really works. This is her
so good.
Her wheelhouse.
Yep.
And Huiso
sounded so good.
Is the thing about Huiso is she keeps, people are saying, she can do everything. She's an all rounder or whatever like that. But if you watch what she's done, she has done everything. I don't know if she's rapped yet, but she's definitely danced or did the splits and all that. She sang the more soulful notes. She doesn't have that Bora style or K style singing, which is a bit of an older style, but she doesn't really even have a super strong character her singing, but herself on stage, she is just really charismatic. She looks amazing. When she did the guitar thing, she just really owned the guitar thing, like it was. And people were going to say, I saw criticism, people saying they didn't do anything, they just kind of walked around the stage. It's like, that's fine. They did an interpretation of the song and perform, and while they're doing this easy walking around and stuff, they're also singing well. So I thought this was the best performance.
Yep.
Easily.
It was my favorite.
The question is did they win or not?
We don't know.
It would not
Probably.
shock me if they lost because it's Itzy and people love Itzy, but
I hope
it was
they
so
win.
fun.
I really hope that they win.
Yeah, and star for me on this one probably Ellie, but or Huis. I don't know. Sonya did so good too, though.
Ellie for me, just for her rocker stance where she had her like leg up on the thing.
Yeah, and Sharon's like Ellie, like putting her arm on. I think she was just putting her arm on it, but it looks like she was like, "Don't put your leg up, honey, yet." You're in a skirt. Like it's not do a rock stance. You're not from Hole. You're not Courtney Love on the monitor. Come on, Ellie, calm down.
She's like, but maybe I want to be.
Yeah,
maybe I want to be.
Ellie's so cute.
Maybe I'm a rock star.
I love Ellie.
Oh, love her.
So good.
So for our top 7 voting this week, mine doesn't change every week. I'm kind of sticking with my faves. What about you? You've changed again.
I change every time because I'm throwing some votes to people's way just to show my support.
Okay.
Ellie, Bora, and Jury are always going to stay. I love Yeonhee. I love her spirit.
Yeah.
I love her look.
Yeah,
she's also really youthful. I know that sounds dumb, but like she's not. She's still really newish, kind of like, but she's going at it with gusto. Kind of like she's like a lot like Bora, I think, where she's like, I'm gonna be the best, and maybe she's not at everything, but she tries. Phi is just, you can't skip Phi. I think she's just.
Yeah, I think she brings something really interesting.
The English, but also, the which Thailand, right, is where she's from. All of Thailand would be behind her. Like, well, maybe not, but anyway, she would have a ton of fans. She looks so cool. Also, I want to see her in like pink hair. I think that'd be really cool.
I think the blue is really good.
Yeah,
color for her.
But I'm just saying, if Mirror is just, I'm pulling for her. I think she's never quite been given a chance to be in a serious K-pop group. I'm not saying this is what they're going to get out of this, but I think it'd be interesting to see her in that situation. And Doa, of course, is just a sweetheart and is amazing, is beautiful, can sing well, and just perfect. She would be the perfect mom of the group. So hopefully they'll all get in.
At the end of the episode, I didn't see this part, but from what I understand, you know how last week everyone voted for who they wanted to go into the original songs, puzzling and all that?
So you're doing 3 groups of 7.
And there were members left out. There wasn't enough spots in those 3 songs for everyone in the show. Apparently, the people who didn't get voted into those songs are going to be eliminated. Is that what's happening?
Before you would have been voting for 4 groups of 7. If Chaeyeon and wouldn't have left.
Yeah.
What I think happened is they were like, well, we got an odd group left. Somebody was saying they could still make an odd group with the remaining 5. It doesn't have to be even numbers, but I think in their heads they had maybe 4 songs and had 4 groups of 7. It got screwed up, and maybe they decided on elimination. I don't know, because 5 is such an odd number. But by that logic, they would have said the bottom 7 isn't going in. That's a little weird. I don't know. Anyway, so there would have been 3 groups of 7, 21. There would have been
elimination based off of the voting for those songs rather than the voting we've been doing every week is a bit strange. I don't think that's right.
I think that's what they're doing.
The voting that we're doing every week is who we really want in the group, not necessarily the voting for the songs. Because I didn't even vote for the songs because the time period to do that was so short. So maybe we're misunderstanding.
Maybe that's a misunderstanding because if
I don't know,
you really aren't vote. If you put 3 groups of 7, you're not really voting. It would be
it's who we've been voting for every week. But the lowest 5 get kicked out of the show, and then they're gonna have to like rearrange the groups like they do on.
To me, I'm like kick out half of them. I mean, I don't want anybody. That. I'm not saying that. Let's get to it. I'm just these shows last so long. At the same time, I don't want any of them to leave, but they do these really. We're kicking out one person every year for 6 months. It's like, oh, it's just so long. At the same time, I don't know why they're doing nominations. I thought they weren't kicking anybody, and we were just going to have winners at the end.
The
thing went around that they literally said we're not doing eliminations. I never saw the proof of that. Maybe it's out there. Somebody in the comments tell me.
I don't know.
But
we don't know what's going on.
It sucks because some of my favorites like Ellie, Miru. I don't think Ellie's in danger as much as Miru, Subin from Weekly. People like that might be out. But I even thought you could even see somebody as crazy as Huiso get booted out. She's not getting tons and tons of wins, but who knows?
Yeah, and that's it for this week's episode. We'll be back next Saturday. We're here every Saturday. If you like our podcasts about Queendom Puzzle, please subscribe to talk about episode 6. I don't know how many total there are. If it's 8 or 10.
In 2 weeks, they'll do the elimination. So the next one will be the dance stuff.
So maybe there's
with
10.
the funny dance-off battle. That'll be fun. And then the one after that, I believe, is the elimination.
Mm-hmm.
I bet another month after that or whatever. I think it's 2.5 months.
My goodness.
It's been a month and a half now, a month and a week now, right? So 5 episodes, whatever it is. So anyway, I'm still really enjoying it. It just takes a while to get to stuff. You have to kind of be patient whenever they're doing the really long edit stuff, but I'm still really enjoying it. I really like the show. So cool.
Okay. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.